Yeah.
I think we're gonna discuss the short-term rental thing.
Well, I mean, we will to the extent that, I mean, you can ask questions. And,
Right, but the public hearing is for next.
yeah, next August, the next meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we could,
Public comments and,
right, I just think that they think we're do something about it.
no, I told them.
Okay.
Okay, well, yeah.
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 I was on. I didn't know you should love it. I, yeah.
I don't know about these people, so they are speaking.
Okay.
Yes. I saw you start.
It should, does it say discussion? Oh, it should say discussion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first order of business is public comment. Just quick note, there will be no vote on the short-term rentals tonight. The public hearing will be scheduled later this meeting. It will be at the August meeting. And if you have a comment, please stand and speak loudly and clearly and give your name, of course, so you can get it in the record. And having said that, any public comments? Frank.
Frank Russell, I just have a question on the bit for the survey and land use rentings. We'll give it. I know it comes down to it, the one who did that suspicion and. Ends in September.
We can email you that info tomorrow.
I think that was 6 months. 6 months.
Okay, we'll look that up and verify that and get that to you tomorrow. Got that, Peter?
Yeah.
When I say we, I mean you. Probably. The royal we. The others? Oh. Alrighty, I have the DPW superintendent's report. As you can imagine, he was a tad busy Sunday and Monday, and still is, and will be for a couple of weeks, clearing up from the storm. We're doing a lot of the routine. A lot of the work they're doing is flood restoration with washouts. The pump house road was washed out pretty badly going up to Victorian Landing, the back road, Thames Ave, New York Ave, Morris Ave, Washington Ave, Hurley Road, and Griffin's Bridge had a fair amount of damage. And the village would like to give them a hearty thanks for their hard work. I don't think they were done till 3 in the morning Sunday. And treasurer. Oh, yeah.
Somebody told me there's sinkholes down to Labrador.
Yep, John is gonna get on that in the morning. I had a picture of it. It looked like within the labyrinth there was a hole and a lot of nothing underneath, but it looked like there was a pipe going through it, like a water pipe. It looked like an old one. So we'll have to explore. Yeah, yeah. So that was kind of interesting. So we're gonna investigate that tomorrow.
The labyrinth is at the end of Andrews Ave.
Yeah, the energy. Maybe it's a black hole, maybe, I don't know. Also, there was another report I just had of one on Saratoga, the bottom of Saratoga Ave as well. So I haven't checked that one out yet. Treasurer.
The accounting firm CHS is still training, familiarizing themselves with our bank reconciliation process. The last couple of weeks, Patty, we're working with remotely as we requested, and been given our last reconciliation in December. And she's also been given some information regarding some quarterly reports. So we see some progress being made there. I don't expect that she'll be working on these items anytime it's really next month. I got 3 resolutions. Municipal building internet was paid from the auditorium account erroneously this month. So we're asking for a resolution to correct it as follows. With the increase in culture and recreation code 756040, under 5998, and decrease to the contractual by the same amount. I'm asking for a second resolution to cover unbudgeted expenses for lowering the bell tower. We're requesting a resolution to make a transfer from buildings, to increase the building's maintenance account 622042 by $41,266. Our expenses incurred so far, and to decrease the municipal repair reserve account 8860 by the same amount. And then lastly, 3 errors were discovered in last month's abstract total. So a resolution is requested to accept the corrections to the June abstracts as detailed below. The A funds payment to both fuels of 7712 was reduced to 51266. The A fund payment to Stone Industries of 263.55 was reduced to 57.37. And then an interest payment to M&T Bank of 1,513.28 was reclassified from an HWT to an account. And that's the HWT accounts just aren't used anymore. We've transferred all those functions to our water accounts. So on below that request for resolution, I have the chart showing what was submitted last month and what we approved, and then the corrections on the right. And so that
You make that motion all three, okay?
Sure.
And I'll move all three, for the treasurer. As he submitted, with the difference being, the original submission total $7,004. And the new corrected is $78,000.
Discussion?
Attach this as well.
Yeah. Tom?
Yes.
Heidi? Yes. Okay. The chief is not here tonight. He gave me his report, and again, as you can imagine, it was a busy weekend, Sunday and Monday. This June calls 48, year to date 265, which is about 5% greater than last year through June. And I don't think that's counting the last weekend. Oh, no, it's not, because that's July. Past week will be in my report next month, but Sunday, they had 46 members respond, and they covered 29 calls, most of which were in the village, I would dare to say. I think they had 24 in the village pumping out people's basements and trying to keep water from going in the basement, some instances. And Frank also thanks the DPW guys for their assistance on Sunday. Next. Code enforcement officer, Clayton is not here tonight, but things have been going reasonably well, and there have been no animal calls. Parking, code enforcement. So, Peter.
The MS4 report is available for review in the office. It's done previous to the event. So,
Yeah.
The MS4 is a stormwater report that you find by EPC and everything. Also, the last one is sufficient.
I have to say, I was very impressed and happy with the way our storm drain worked, despite the flooding. Problem is that when there's no place for the water to drain, it backs up. So, as evidenced by Route 9, I mean, the lake is there, and the water just went over Route 9 because there's just no place for it to go. The drains were working, but auditorium. Eric has a report from Sharon.
Sharon is able to make it tonight. So she gave me the pros piece for the week here. So I'm going to just read it through it when I say I am talking about Sharon. It was good to experiment with a couple new ideas this year. The first being tour and fee, where we open the auditorium for a specific amount of time. So far, June 1, June 8, and June 22. History seekers and organ enthusiasts showed up on all 3 dates for a tour given by one of the volunteers, and we met a new organist to add to our list. The organ demonstration was certainly highlighted in the morning. Our expenses were 2 bottles of tea and donations were $145. There will be 2 additional tour and tea in August, and I believe in future years that it can be expanded. The drumming circles were well received. One was sold out and we had a good turnout for the children's drum circle. We received the Stewart's grant for the event. So basically the event was really fun. The music company orchestra was a delight with over 150 in attendance. It was a summer pops program and brought us a new audience and a collaboration with new artist organization. And we ended the evening in black. Another new idea was the lecture series. The first lecture being all about Round Lake was enjoyed by many. Lydia Hoffman, Lance Bubbles, and Scott Wigney volunteered their time, putting together this great presentation and giving the audience a journey through this. Many thanks to them. This was a donation event and $296 was received that week. The second presentation in lecture series will be on August 2nd. Jane Austen, Her Time, Our Time. Presenter Catherine Golden is a Skidmore professor and a scholar of 19th century literature. Catherine is a well-respected guest lecturer and is looking forward to presenting our historic village. This format is one that complements our auditorium, and again, I would recommend be considered for future years. Then there was a chance to be part of an incubator project and create a new piece of art with Paul Sandy. I realized it was going to be a challenge in many ways, but great works of art have to start somewhere. So my thought was, let's try to see if our venue, with the limitations we have, can handle this dance project. As it turns out, it took a village to bring this work to life. For me, I want to give it some more thought and we'll report more next month. But all in all, with over 100 people in attendance, our investment came out in the black and created more chatter than any other work in recent history. It will be fun to see what this particular piece shows. Please join us for the August events, starting with the lecture on Jane Austen, the bars event featuring 3 music groups, an open mic, tours and tea, organist Craig Williams, and local artist, Tiffany Walker. That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much. And AP3.
Haven't been to this meeting in a little while, so I'm not sure. We do just have a couple of things. We have South Shore in June, which is fantastic stuff. I can't think of how to put it on better. The homeowners did an outstanding job getting ready. About 50 volunteers, making the whole thing together, and we made a boatload of money. Fortunately, we don't know how much yet because our treasurer in the hospital. I'm not sure if he's still in, but we think it's probably in the neighborhood of a lot of great work. Thank you to the donation that we the only other thing I want to mention is that probably know the new work conventions arrived. It's beautiful. We're going to plan for dedication ceremony. It was mostly paid for in my. We want to consider that.
You. Madam Clerk, do you have any letters or anything?
The only thing I want to say, I don't think we've had sunshine since the house tours came along. So I think that everybody has been, we're a pretty resilient bunch, and we show up whether it's raining, whether it's incredibly hot. And just for your support of the events and everything's going on in the village.
Thank you. Tree committee, we are, or Emily, did you? No. The tree committee is working on a grant to implement the inventory and management plan that we got last year. And it is due in mid-August, and we are diligently working on all the pieces. I know Victorian Landing Homeowners Association has signed a letter of support for the project, and we're looking at a couple others, Orlis, fire department maybe, to be partners in this grant, and library. So next meeting, I'll let you know got it in on time. And that's it for reports. And old business, short-term rental board discussion. Did the two board members that are here have anything you wanted to discuss about?
You have got a lot of notes. I don't think people kind of. Yeah, do it.
We certainly have read them very thoroughly,
Yeah.
everything that we've got.
Through it, you have a little subcommittee that needs, you review and. Before the public hearing, you post it. I assume, you know, post it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
before the public hearing.
Yeah.
That's the date.
Yes, that's on the agenda.
But I think it was kind of counterproductive if the board had discussed it tonight.
That was just any questions that you might have for Tom or. Okay, well, let us set the date for a public hearing. That's the third Wednesday in August. A motion to set a public hearing on the,
I think we're talking about a workshop. Inside of public hearing.
what was that, Tom?
You can't set a public hearing, if you don't have a proposal in the law.
So we have to have a workshop.
So we either try to come to conclusion tonight, or we have a workshop.
I think we have to have a workshop. Subcommittee, would the subcommittee then have to bring a draft before the board? Then the public hearing would be set on that?
Many have already done it.
Yeah, but looks like it's gonna be changed.
Yeah. So we should.
Yeah.
When are we going to,
You, Gary.
not going to when?
Oh, yeah. What do you want to meet?
The committee. Do that, that has to be resolved.
Okay.
And that was the local law that was distributed to everybody.
Right, we've done it. We're trying to-
So can't we have a-
That draft and leave it up to the final.
Before the public hearing,
No, it's just a workshop. A workshop is a full meeting of the board, so that at the end of the workshop, if we have something that we want to amend, then we can shut the public hearing, probably for the next regular board.
All right, so typically we have a workshop first Wednesday. If we have a workshop first Wednesday of the month and a board meeting on the third Wednesday.
Right. does that leave enough time?
We will have to have a public hearing.
I recommend it.
Full board.
The full board, the workshop. Yes, yes.
Tina and Matt should be here, so.
It's Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, so July 26th.
It's third?
Okay, do we need to do anything for a special meeting? Or just announce it here and say there will be,
Down here, we're having a workshop. Work. And then we want to.
all right. So we will have a special meeting, special workshop meeting, July 26th at
Is that Wednesday?
6:30.
Six?
6 is fine with me.
6 o'clock, 26, and that will give us enough time
resolution up.
To post it and have a public hearing on the 16th.
Notify the planning board. Yeah. Open to the public.
So we'll workshop it on the 26th.
Yep.
And then let's, that's it.
If we are able to come to a consensus. Then that night, we schedule a public hearing. And then we can go what process to the plan.
And that takes how long? So with the public hearing, then.
No. 26th, okay. No, I'm sorry.
The 26th of June to August 16th.
That's
You need to attend it.
we do official publication. Useful. We also.
For the 6th and the 16th.
Should have checked the schedule.
Yeah, really?
We made a rookie mistake.
They're meeting in
We'll be
here.
here for the same reason.
Yeah, right. What time is the meeting?
Wednesday today or Wednesday.
Don't say that. 6.
Victoria Land is moving into.
All righty.
So, well, we're gonna have a workshop, which is a public hearing, a public meeting. So presumably some public will want to come in.
On the 26th, I thought it was a work.
Right.
Oh, we public.
The 27th, there's a zoning. The 27th, there's a zoning board meeting. Do you know if there's,
I think in meeting, we just discussed it today, and that's, yeah, we'll have it there. People that get,
How about Tuesday?
how about 5 o'clock? Can't do 5?
5 o'clock.
You can do
on
5
the 26th.
It's a little early. It's a little early.
Could you do 5 o'clock on Wednesday, the 26th, before the Victoria Landing?
Actually, it's in there for 5:30. I see it now. How long do the meetings usually last? All right, never mind. I withdraw the question. 2 hours, all right, that's about my bedtime, so.
How about Monday, the 24th?
There's a Round Lake Markets meeting at 6:30.
Anything on Tuesday?
Tuesday, the 25th, there is a tree committee meeting, but I could probably have them meet at my house instead of here.
Tuesday, the 25th, 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay. Tuesday, 25th, 6 o'clock, workshop, open the door.
All right, so no resolutions are needed on that or anything, so.
yes.
Another resolution, we have a workshop hearing, open to the public, to discuss the short-term rental and bed and breakfast law. 6 o'clock.
July 25th. Discussion?
Yes.
Yes, sorry, thank you. All right, next order of business is Griffin's Ridge Drainage Dedication to Village. Right, pile of documents that I have here, Peter Belmonte to sign and for me to sign, and require a resolution. Tom, did you want to take over the resolution wording of it?
Yeah. You can, put it in text.
Is that the one that's?
No, that's a tree committee one.
Drainage has been placed at the north end of the north loop. And then under the road. With a significantly strong, thick pipe. Repair is extremely unlikely. And that has been offered to the village as part of its system. Documents have been drawn. Our engineer has looked at it and approved it. Those forces with the design that already were approved. The board wants to set
I'm gonna make a motion that the resolution that that as worded so eloquently.
Discussion. Tom, does that authorize me to sign it as well, or do we have to add
I
that?
believe you signed it.
Right, but that gives the authorization to sign it, or does that have to be a separate resolution?
Included in that is, that the mayor authorized to sign the necessary, papers. So we have to sign these from the general.
Thomas?
Yes.
Yes. Next is, I mentioned the tree committee working on a grant. And we need a municipal endorsement. And I will read that. Whereas the Village of Round Lake is applying to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for a reimbursement project grant under the Urban and Community Forestry Program to be located in the Village of Round Lake, County of Saratoga, and State of New York, a site located within the territorial jurisdiction of the Round Lake Village Board. Whereas as a requirement of the UCF grant, the village must obtain the approval endorsement of the government body of the municipality in which the project will be located. Be it resolved that the village board of the Village of Round Lake hereby does approve and endorse the application of the Village of Round Lake for a grant under the Urban and Community Forestry Program for a project known as Project Relief and located within this community, and authorizes the mayor to expend up to $20,000 from Parkland Reserve Fund to meet the matching requirement of 20%. Resolved that the village board authorizes and directs the mayor to execute any other documents necessary to implement the intent of the foregoing resolution in a form acceptable to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation and the village attorney as appropriate. Second. Discussion?
Yes.
Tom? Heidi? Yes. Thank you. That's done. And as you are aware, we were undergoing repairs on the bell tower. And during those repairs, we discovered rot in the supporting beams that was much, much worse than we thought. And it necessitated taking it down as an emergency action. And as a result of that, I will need retroactive authorization to do so.
How much?
13,300.
Including the temporary, process that we put up and the Northern Bell Tower, it came to 41,206.
No, just the taking down part was,
That was.
yeah, that was what was it?
If you wanted that, and I'm sure which one it was, but it was 13,000 something.
So 13,100, it's in the.
13,100.
So I would appreciate a motion authorizing me to spend that amount to take down, to ratify that amount to take down the tower as an emergency action. Discussion?
Can I ask a question? Because I have a question about the work that was being done.
Mhm.
It's like they completed the work? Are we, this one is one of the meetings that comes to, is this their work to date, or they thought they were working on it and stopped?
That it was the work up to when they stopped and discovered it.
There were two different companies. One you're holding in your hand was the one that's supposed to come in and do some, or do it and fix it.
Right.
And all that $28,000 in gain is what was incurred to basically put it.
Before they discovered the rot and they couldn't go any
So
further.
they did all of their work. They didn't get partway through it and realize there was a problem and stop.
I don't know, Peter, can you? I don't think they got all the way
You didn't
through.
get all the way through, but they got really the work done, so some forcing and said, you know, according to the specs, they were almost finished. We saw more about it, we replaced that. And so when they started doing that, and stop work. But actually, they did what they were supposed to do, and then it's not. And that's what we were doing the extra, supports, we started that. It's not gonna work.
It was bigger than we had anticipated, sadly.
That just seems like it's on plan. I mean, I understand that things that they just try to, they don't partly get it partway and say, wait.
No, we hired them to stabilize the tower, and they made, our engineer wrote a set of specs, what they were supposed to do. They followed the specs, and then said, we have more issues with the tower. You'd like to replace it more closely. I said, fine, just go ahead and do it. As they start to replace those closely, we noticed so much traffic, and said, stop here.
The supporting beams just, you couldn't even attach them to it because there was no wood left there, so
Yeah.
it had to come down.
Well, I think I could.
Order the
say,
best.
yeah, we've got to pay $8,000. We got a bill tower.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation. We can all agree on that.
It's like how old are they? What? It's like how old are they? Yes.
Yes, he's working up an RFP for repair. All right, any correspondence? No correspondence. Approval of minutes. Three of us were here.
Yes. Tina, Matt, myself, and my rule.
Okay. All right. Tom?
Yes.
Heidi?
Yes.
Yes. Was that it for minutes? One or two, just one?
Yeah, it's just.
Okay. And approval of abstract.
Motion, resolution to the abstract July. Which includes June prepaid resolution to July plan. So July abstract is $350,000. $35.
Second? Discussion?
Yes.
Include, it's so big because we included the annual fire department payment of $225, I think. So, like such a big number. Okay, Tom, yes. Heidi?
Yes.
Yes. Village attorney, any words of wisdom?
One thing, saw an email today that the governor has made a proclamation requiring all municipalities to participate in building more.
Affordable housing.
And it looks, one of the things that we are required to do is to have public meetings, for citing. That seems odd to me. The amount that we're supposed to do in this facility is 0.33%. So I emailed the office that was presented a question. And I got a response back. Thank you for writing and supporting our wonderful government. Absolutely. I don't know really what that means for us. 0.33%, given the houses we have, probably not going to be different. But I don't know whether we have to ensure that
Would you,
a new dwelling space here is built.
would you send that to me?
I'll send it.
Thank you. Village mayor, is too exhausted after the weekend to have anything to say. Village trustees, second public comment session. Yes, sir.
Just a quick question.
Name, please, for the record.
I'm sorry. Mark Van Guy, 5 million. There's something that I think by your office. These proposed amendment to the law regarding trustees. And I was just wondering, is that what's being proposed or how did that stand?
It's the draft as of tonight. And there will be a workshop session the 26th to further discuss it. 25th, that's right.
So this is.
No. That's a proposed amendment that a committee came up with and requires more discussion.
The other thing I just want to mention. We get close. Reason, I just wanted to say that one of the things that I know is that the meeting that we had required them to vote on amendments to our regulations. We were given 10 days notice after the fact, wording that we sent months before to the HOA for it wasn't active. So we received 10 days before. Notice we're going to have this meeting. Most of a lot of the out of vacation, not the phone, information given out under both proxy, very confusing and had to be clarified after the fact. So many people did not vote on.
Okay, if what he's talking about is this little document that I have. So if you have anything you'd like to add, condense it so it'll fit in a little box and I'll add it and circulate that so that we can be sure that everybody pro or con gets their,
Send it
No.
here off.
yeah, send it to me, Mayor.
Thank you.
So. And it should be a lively discussion, the 25th. Vanessa, I deputized Frank to pass them out. So he has it. So, all righty, yes. People.
Emily Galloway. I wanted to ask about the potential traffic studies that were mentioned at last month's meeting. Is that something that we're considering for the entire village, or are there studies that we're researching to get inputs for?
Mr. Coldrick and I are putting a committee together. And she's my first volunteer. And, he's back from a 2-week vacation, so we will get moving on that. And it will affect the core of the village mostly, because that's where primary problems are. And I have been, there is an active study going on right now by the Capital District Transportation Council on both ends of Washington Ave, so that we'll get some data on how many people come down and kind of cut through using Washington either way. So we'll get some data on that. We have some data from the same organization on how many cars come down the Northway. So we'll have some good data on that. And I've been taking some readings from a radar unit that the village bought a couple of years ago. So I have some data on Goldfoot, Fletcher, Asbury that we'll be using to look at some mitigation measures, whether more speed bumps, more one-way streets, or whatever's necessary.
Your books are so stripped down, I hate them.
Oh, there aren't. They did put them down there.
They were down in the pond.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's better. They were at Haven and George? Excellent. A week or two. Yeah, good. I didn't think they put them. I didn't notice it. That's good. So I asked them to do that. I didn't. Good. That's good. All right. Vanessa Patterson.
Vanessa Patterson. Was this generated by?
Me. This is me. And there should be something in here that'll make everybody who cares about this issue mad. So, I mean, that's, and if I've done that, I've done my job of being, you know, right down the middle and. Yeah. I'm not sure what that means.
You know, Coleman, the point line is considered the class A. For development. You know, this distinction.
That is a procedure, but I don't know whether that's actually.
Okay, we can find that out and get back to you tomorrow. And
I think that's assigned by the state code.
Yes.
Class A or-
That's what I have on
I think it's a class.
Is there, if you should put your particularly from, is there any reason you can't have another one? That's a good question.
HOAs can have votes every week if they want. I mean,
So they could take this up, this issue again and do whatever.
Only at that. Not that really present.
okay, comments to the board, please, to the board. Any other public comments, or can we get home to seek Jeopardy?
Oh, just real fast, down at some, I love to work on that traffic study, if there's anything to be helped out. And I know at the last meeting, we had talked about, police going down there and maybe sitting, there's a car going down, coming down, really terrible. There was a cop car one night after the firehouse,
Mhm.
it seemed to be using this phone. And the cars too far, so it didn't really help them, but, no, but I'll work on anything that you can do to sort of safe.
Yes.
When they go around that, they go. They speed, is everyone who speed bump? Just 1 second. Where. Circle goes in. Raise, go like, raise, yeah.
I had that conversation with the chief this morning. So I asked him about the truck that overturned in May.
Yes.
And I said, that truck had to have been speeding, or else it wouldn't have gone over. And so I asked him if there were any tickets issued. Not that I'm greedy, but the village should get a cut of every ticket in the village. So he said, yeah, there were multiple tickets issued and the guy was fired the next day. So
But it's the first one. Then when the people in the morning, but then there's a race. It's totally race one. It's unbelievable. So I cannot use.
I wish we had a,
Slow them down.
or make them airborne, one of the two. So, yeah, if we had speed bumps that would go up at 10 o'clock, I'd be a very happy man. But
It's on verification. She was asking me to do the vote. But the board.
that's an HO. I don't mean to cut you off, but actually I do, but it's an HOA, that's an HOA decision. We can't tell the board what to do and, or what not to do.
If the town board decides to enact the new thing where you have one that's shared law, that would supersede anything we have in our HOA, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, please address the board. Don't make me get my gavel. Any other comments? Again, if you have comments that you would like to see included in this little T chart that I made up, get them to me at Mayor at Round Lake Village, and I'll do my best to condense them and put them all there so that we all know that the issues have been at least looked at and recognized and thought about. Tough issue, I'll tell you that. No executive session. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Discussion? Aye. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Good luck.